Welcome back to Geopolitical News. I'm your host, and today we're diving into a bombshell story shaking up the political world. President Donald Trump's surprise decision to sell weapons to Ukraine through NATO has ignited a firestorm among his own Make America Great Again supporters. Is this a strategic masterstroke or a betrayal of his core promises? Let's break it down. On July 14, 2025, President Trump met with NATO Chief Mark Rutte at the White House and dropped a major announcement. The U.S. will sell billions of dollars worth of advanced weapons, including Patriot missile defense systems, to NATO allies, who will then transfer them to Ukraine. Trump also issued a 50-day ultimatum to Russia, threatening 100% tariffs on countries trading with Moscow if a peace deal isn't reached. Show clip of Trump. We're sending weapons to Ukraine via NATO. But if Russia doesn't agree to a deal in 50 days, expect more tariffs. Now this is a big shift for Trump, who's been vocal about pulling the U.S. out of foreign conflicts. So why the change, and why is his base so angry? Key Trump allies like Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene and former strategist Steve Bannon are leading the charge against this move. Greene called it deal that contradicts Trump's promise to end U.S. involvement in foreign wars. She tweeted, "We want peace, not more weapons for Ukraine," blasted the decision, saying, "This is an old-fashioned war in Europe, and we're being dragged into it." The MAGA base is furious because they see this as a betrayal of Trump's America First agenda. On platforms like X and Truth Social, supporters are venting, with some calling it Biden's policy in disguise. One post even said Trump's giving us John McCain 2.0. So what's behind Trump's pivot? First, there's pressure from NATO allies. At a recent summit in the Netherlands, European leaders and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky pushed for more support. Trump's deal ensures Europe pays for the weapons, aligning with his demand that allies pay their fair share. Show clip of Trump. They're paying for everything. We're not paying anymore. Second, Trump's growing frustration with Vladimir Putin, who's rejected multiple peace proposals, seems to have shifted his stance. He even said, "Putin didn't fool me." But here's the catch. While Trump frames this as a win for America, critics argue it still pulls the U.S. deeper into the Ukraine-Russia conflict. And with Patriot missiles heading to Kyiv within days, the stakes are higher than ever. Let's zoom out. Ukraine desperately needs these weapons to counter Russia's relentless drone and missile strikes. NATO allies like Germany, Finland, and the UK are stepping up, committing to buy U.S. weapons to bolster Kyiv's defenses. Show graphic of Patriot missile system. But in Moscow, the Kremlin's brushing off Trump's tariff threats, with spokesman Dmitry Peskov calling it a continuation of Biden's policies. Meanwhile, some Trump officials, like Undersecretary of Defense Elbridge Colby, defend the deal, saying it's fair and equitable for NATO alliances. Interestingly, polls show nearly two-thirds of Trump voters actually support sending arms to Ukraine. So is the MAGA backlash just a loud minority? Or does it signal deeper cracks in Trump's base? With Trump's 50-day deadline looming, all eyes are on Russia's next move. Will Putin back down, or will this escalate tensions? For Ukraine, these weapons could be a game-changer. But for Trump, the real challenge might be at home, keeping his MAGA supporters on board. The White House insists the base isn't as upset as the media claims, but the online firestorm tells a different story. This is a critical moment for Trump's foreign policy and his political future. Can he balance his America First promises with global pressures? Let us know what you think in the comments below.